The long-running investigation into Hunter Biden's finances this morning may be reaching a critical point, with the Washington Post reporting federal agents now think they've gathered enough evidence for the president's son to be charged with tax crimes and with lying on a gun application when he said he was not using illegal drugs, citing people familiar with the case. NBC News has not independently confirmed the report, and the Justice Department is declining to comment. Officials familiar with the matter tell NBC News the case is still ongoing. Ultimately, though, it's not up to agents to decide whether to file charges. Instead, prosecutors at the DOJ will make that call, and there's no indication what they'll do or when. In a case filled with political landmines, Attorney General Merrick Garland has made clear the decision won't rest with him, but the U.S. Attorney in Delaware, a Trump appointee.
Garland has said, he has vowed that he is not interfering. There will be no political interference in this investigation, and he's going to leave it up to David Weiss, who's the U.S. Attorney in Delaware.
In a statement, Hunter Biden's attorney suggesting agents illegally leaked to the Washington Post, calling that a felony, adding prosecutors in this case are diligently and thoroughly weighing not just evidence provided by agents, but also all the other witnesses. Prosecutors have been scrutinizing Hunter Biden's business dealings for 4 years, including his decision to take a lucrative position on a Ukrainian company's board while his father was vice president. Former President Trump making it a campaign issue in 2020.
He made a fortune in Ukraine, in China, in Moscow,
that is simply
and various
not
other places.
True.
Hunter Biden has denied any illegal business dealings.
I am absolutely certain, 100% certain, that at the end of the investigation, that I will be cleared of any wrongdoing.
And the president on 60 Minutes last month defending his son.
I love my son, number one. He fought an addiction problem. He overcame it. He wrote about it. And no, there's not a single thing that I've observed at all that would affect me or the United States relative to my son, Hunter.
So, Hallie, we've been talking about a potential criminal charge for Hunter Biden. Politically, there's also an issue. If Republicans win in the midterms, there's been some talk of investigating and looking into Hunter Biden.
Yeah, more investigations on the way if, in fact, the GOP does win the House of Representatives just about a month from now on Election Day. If that's the case, you've seen members talk publicly about opening up some of these investigations into the president's son, like in the House Oversight Committee. Democrats say that would be politically motivated. They say it's basically intended to try to rile up the GOP base and rehash old talking points. Bottom line, this discussion about Hunter Biden is probably not over anytime soon. Savannah.
All right, Hallie Jackson in Washington. Thanks, Hallie.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.